In the Northland, two major systems are making billion-dollar investments.
Aspire St. Luke's and Essentia Health are reshaping the landscape, and some might wonder how these big companies impact us.
In Northern News Now's Hannah Morgan met with Essentia Health leaders to find out more.
With more than 100 healthcare facilities and more than 15,000 employees, Essentia Health is one of the largest nonprofit hospitals here in the upper Midwest. And according to a study done by a third party, they also provide a major economic impact to the communities it serves. This study came from a company called Northspan. They found that Essentia helped create over 11,000 jobs with other organizations in the communities it operates, as well as major economic impact.
Is $7.69 billion. That's in direct impact, indirect impact, and induced impact.
Dr. David Herman is the CEO of Essentia Health. He says healthcare has a huge impact on a community.
And when we employ them, they spend their money inside the communities. So in combination with our communities, we help make our communities more vibrant, more sustainable, not just through healthcare, but through the economic impact.
Apex is a private sector-led business and economic development organization based in Duluth. They have over 100 investor members, including Essentia Health. The organization thinks the study can benefit the Northland.
And so by learning about the economic impact that Essentia Health has in the region, we're able to utilize that data to help tell the story of why this region is a great place to invest.
Rachel Johnson is the president and CEO of Apex. She said it was interesting that the study reported there were intersections with other businesses and industries.
If Essentia Health System is successful, we will have success more broadly as a region.
And the report also states that Essentia Health creates over 3 times as many jobs and 2 times the economic impact of the entire mining sector of Northeast Minnesota. Reporting in Duluth, I'm Hannah Morgan, Northern News Now.